Hi, welcome to my channel. I've created this channel purely for you and for my family. A lot of my family live on the other side of the country, and I used to do their makeup for them all the time, and they're always calling me asking for tips and tricks, and what better way than doing it this way, as well as I can share this with you all. If you're interested in how I got this look, please keep watching. Okay, I have a clean face. I'm going to go ahead and start with spraying the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. So refreshing. And then I'm going to go with a moisturizer. I tried this out when I went to Florida just a couple weeks ago, and it's the MAC Oil Control Lotion. I actually really enjoyed this because I can get pretty oily in my T-zone area, and I don't feel like I looked oily. I felt like I still looked luminous. I can get it open. Okay. Okay. If you like primers, now would be the time to go in with a primer. I'm just going to go in with a primer today. This is the Matte Perfecting Primer by Estee Lauder. I'm going in with a matte primer because I'm going to use a more, I'm only really going to use this in my T-zone too also. I'm going to use a more luminous foundation today. So, like I said, I can get oily in my T-zone area, so I want to kind of matte that out a little bit. Alright, so onto foundation. I'm going to go ahead and use Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I'm in shade 5.5. I'm a little light for 5.5, but I blended down my neck pretty well. I like that extra tanness, especially in the summertime. I'm also going to mix it with strobing cream from MAC. This is in the color Gold Light. So I'm just going to take usually 2 pumps on, I just put it on my little dish here. So 2 pumps, and then add a little bit of my strobing cream. I definitely want to make sure I have more foundation than I do strobing cream. I use a strobing cream mostly to sheer out my foundation a little bit, especially when my skin isn't acting up too badly, as well as just to give me that luminosity. Everybody's dream. Okay, and I put it on my ear too, just to make everything blend and look as natural as makeup can look. Definitely make sure you work it into the hairline. You don't want to have any super pale spots from where your hair is. Well, I don't anyway. Okay, once I have that worked into the skin, I'm going to take, this is from Real Techniques. It's their version of the beauty sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and go over that. Really helps to make sure that you don't look cakey or have too much product anywhere. I get it wet and I wring it out pretty well. Alright, now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to use Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using in the color Light. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. Kind of warms up the product. And then I'm just going to kind of put it where I want it. A little bit under the eyes. A little bit here on the forehead. On the nose, on the chin. Also, I'm just going to do a dot on each eyelid and kind of use that as my eyeshadow primer. Go back in with my beauty sponge. Sorry, I have a hair tickling me. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Anastasia of Beverly Hills Contour Kit. It's a little hard to blend out on its own, so I'm going to take this beauty oil and just put 1 small drop in the colors that I'm going to use. And I'm mostly going to use the lightest color and the middle color. It's really going to make it easier to blend once it's on your face. I'm going to go in with just a little pointy brush just to add it on there. And then I'm just going to draw a line where I want it to be. Just like that. Put some on my forehead. It doesn't have to be perfect. And if you contour your nose, you can do that also. I don't usually do that. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just buff it in. All right. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. And I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. And I'm using this shade Soft Brown. I'm going to do very simple brows, nothing too crazy. Just kind of give me a little more shape and fill in the sparse areas. Remember, your brows are sisters. They're not twins. Not most people anyway. For those of you who have twins, you're very lucky, like my sister. Me, on the other hand, I have sisters. This brow always does good by me. This one is a little bit more sparse and doesn't always want to cooperate. So all right, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Clear Brow Gel by Anastasia of Beverly Hills also. Just kind of comb it through, make sure they don't go anywhere. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go in with some bronzer. This is a Real Techniques blush brush, but I really like to use it to add my bronzer. And I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer. As you can tell, it is very loved, and I only really have it on the outside, so I do need to pick up a new one. And I just swirl it around and just put it right where we put that cream contour. It just kind of sets your cream so that way it doesn't move around or run away. I like to go down my neck. Make sure everything is blended properly. I feel like I'm so far away. You're like, what are you doing, lady? Hope that's better. Okay. Now, I'm going to go in with highlight, which is one of my favorite things ever. Like most people I know. This is the Chanel Sunkissed is the color. And it's just a liquid. You can mix it with your foundation. I usually just take my finger, dab it on the top, and just go right here. A little bit on my nose. And then I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and just really press that into the skin. Okay. I like to do all my liquids before powder. That way it doesn't make it look too cakey or anything like that. Then I'm going to go in with my powdered highlight, and I'm going in with Becca's Opal. My favorite shade. I'm just going to go right where I had the cream. But I'm also going to put it on my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to do a little bit just over my eyebrows. Some MAC Fix Plus, spray it on there, and just go over it And what this is going to do is really help give it staying power as well as just make it pop. Because if you know me, I would be a disco ball if I could. Everywhere I put the powder, I just go in and cover that up. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to our eyes, and then I'll come back and finish up with blush. For the eyes today, I'm going to do something super simple. This is my go-to look when I don't know what to do or I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to go in with Bobbi Brown's Camel, my favorite brown ever. Yeah, pretty sure. All right. I'm just going to take this into the outer crease to start out. And then I'm just going to kind of blend it inward. Just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions. And I want most of the product to be on the outside. I'm just going to go in with a fluffier brush and blend out that color. Okay, so we're going to go in with MAC Pigment in the shade Tan. I'm going to use my finger to apply it. You can apply it with a brush. However you want to apply it is perfectly fine. I just like the finish that it gets when I use my finger mixed with MAC's Fix Plus. Okay, so make sure your hands are clean. You don't want to dip your hands in this, or your fingers in this, if they're not clean. You don't want any kind of infection or anything like that. Also, if you're using this on other people, put it out on like a little dish or something like that. You don't want to contaminate what's in there if you're using this on other people. But when I do this on myself, I like to use my finger. Okay, so now that I have it on there, I'm going to go ahead and spray it with the Fix Plus, just so that way I don't have too much fallout. When you put it on your brush, I definitely recommend using Fix Plus. Not only to help prevent fallout, but also to give it more of this foiled look. And you'll see what I mean. When I use my finger, I feel like it just gives it a whole new look. Okay. So we're just going to dip it in there. Spray it with the Fix Plus. And I just pat it on in the area that I want it. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry just a minute. And while that's drying, I'm going to do the highlight on my brow bone. I'm going to go in with Naked Lunch by MAC. Just going to go right in that arch area. Okay. Now that my pigment has dried, I'm going to go back in with that same brush I applied the Camel and just blend out the edges. That way everything looks very seamless. Sorry, my dog. Okay, I'm going to go back in with that fluffy blending brush. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit more Naked Lunch on my inner corner, right in the tear duct. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do my under eye. Okay. Just going to go in with pretty flat but fluffy because I really like a blown out smoky under eye, even if it's daytime. So I'm just going to go in, starting just like on the top, outer corner, and then work my way in. just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and move on to mascara. I'm going to use L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Original Mascara. This is just in the shade Blackest Black. I take 100 years to do my mascara. This is one thing that I don't want to rush because I don't want to have too clumpy eyelashes or have them look too spidery. Alright, so I did get a little bit of mascara on my eyelid as well as my under eye over here. Just let it dry. Don't even fret about it. Keep going. So, having that being said, I'm going to move on to blush. I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to use Melba by MAC. Just love this color. Just blush brush. I like to smile and just kind of focus it on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm just going to sweep it back just to make it look blended. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with a Q-tip and fix my mascara situation. Dry Q-tip, nothing on it. I'm just going to go in and it wipes away easy as 1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay, now we have our blush done, we have the mascara on. Alright, let's finish this look off with lips. I love Soar by MAC. It's a great lip pencil. I'm just going to barely fill it in. I'm not going to reshape my lips. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with Kiki. This is from Kylie Cosmetics. It's the collab with Kim Kardashian. I love this formula. A lot of people don't like it because it doesn't last as long as her matte lipsticks. But I have very dry lips throughout the day, and when I wear a matte lipstick, I really have to prep for that matte lipstick. Otherwise it cracks and doesn't look as good on me. This formula, it doesn't last as long, but it's creamy and I just love how it looks. Got a little out of control. Okay, don't want any on my teeth. So there you have it. This is my everyday summer quick look. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And let me know what other looks you would like to see moving forward. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.